Hello everybody, welcome to lesson 31, long division, multi-digit by one digit. In this lesson you will be able to use long division to divide a multi-digit number by a one-digit number. So let's get started. Here we are representing our division sentence, which can in other words or in a different way be written as 736 divided by 3. The dividend of 736 always goes inside the house. This is the house, by the way. And the divisor, that's the number that's going into 736, is always knocking at the door. So here is a base 10 model of 736. We've got the red flats represent 700. Here we have 3 rods that represent 30 and 6 ones that represent 6. Step 1, break the hundreds block into 3 equal groups. So we're just focusing on the red blocks, and we're going to break them into 3 equal groups. So here's one group, here is another group, and here we have a third group. So we have 2 in each group and we have 1 left over. So up here we put down how many in each group, how many blocks all together. We had 6. That's the blocks in the groups. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks in the groups. And there was 1 left over. If you think about the traditional method of long division, it's how many 3's go into 7. The answer is 2. And then we do 3 times 2, and that is equal to 6. And then we subtract 7 minus 6 is 1. So let's do the first step of long division. So we are ignoring the digits here at the back. We're only using the first digit, the hundreds digit. So 7 divided by 2 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Okay, you can try the other 2. Come back when you're ready. Again, we have 7 divided by 3, which is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract, we have 1. Only 1 5 fits into 8. 5 times 1 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. So there's the first step. Step 2, trade the leftover hundreds block for 10 blocks. Then distribute all the tens blocks. All right, so I'm using my Number Pieces app that you guys can use as well. I'm going to take my leftover hundreds block and I trade it in for 10 more. So now I have 600, and here we have 13 tens. And still we have 6 ones. So if we look here, the next step was after we subtracted, we brought down the 3. So now we have 13 here. And now we're back to the beginning. We're dividing. It's always the numbers in the house that are being divided by the dividend or the divisor, which is knocking at the door. So 13. Remember we had 13 tens over here, okay? That's where that 13 comes from. 13 divided by 3 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, so that's the number of tens blocks placed in total. And the number of tens blocks not placed yet is 1. 13 minus 12 is 1. We're dividing 13 into 3 groups. So there's, of course, the groups have to be even groups. So there's 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. So we could see that we've got 12, and we've got the one little lonely one here left over. So here is our 12, and then the 1 that's left over. So let's do those first 2 steps for these 3 questions. So here we have 7 divided by 2 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract. We have 1 left over. We bring down the 5. 15 divided by 2 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. We subtract. We've got 1 left over. Okay, so those are our first 2 steps. Go ahead and try question B and C. Come back when you're ready. Here we have 7 divided by 3 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract. 1 left over. Bring down the 1. We have 11. 11 divided by 3. So how many 3's fit into 11? The answer is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract. 2 left over. 8 divided by 5 is 1. 5 times 1 is 5. Subtract. 3, bring down the 9. 39 divided by 5, this is where it's important to know our multiplication facts, would be 7. 5 times 7 is 35, subtract 4 left over. All right, so there are the first 2 steps. Now we're going to trade the leftover blocks, leftover tens blocks for 10 ones. Then distribute all the ones blocks. So let's go to our number blocks. I'm going to take this one, distribute it. Okay, so here we have 10 plus 6 more. That means we have 16 ones. So let's work out the steps here. We have 16 here at the bottom, 16 divided by 3. Those are our 16 ones we were just talking about. 16 divided by 3 would be 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract 1 left over. So 3 groups of 5 with 1 left over. Okay, so we had 3 groups of 5. With 1 left over down here. So let's try these 3 steps. You can pause the video, come back when you're ready. 5 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract, we have 1. Bring down the 3. Then it becomes 13 divided by 2. And the answer is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. Subtract, we have 1. Okay, and then we're going to bring down the last digit, 17. Then we're going to do, now we're going to do 17 divided by 2, which is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. Subtract, we have 1 left over. All right, so let's try question B. 6 divided by 4 is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract, 2 left over, bring down the 5. 25 divided by 4 is 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Subtract again, we have 1 left over. Bring down that 4. 14 divided by 4 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract 2 left over. And for question C, 8 divided by 5 is 1. 5 times 1 is 5. Subtract 3. Bring down the 1. 31 divided by 5 is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract 1. Bring down the 9. 19 divided by 5 would be 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract 4 left over. We are pretty much done. All the numbers left over at the bottom become our remainders. So here we have 268 remainder 1, 163 remainder 2, and 163 remainder 4. All right, everybody, that's it for our lesson today. We are now going to ask you to work on pages 93 and 94 in your Jump Math book. Please ask for help if you need it. Good luck.